Hello, my name is Uncle David, and I will be reading from my book of poetry, Milk Bowl Moon over St. Louis. Page 1. When it is October in Denver, rain hangs on branches like clear Christmas light left over from last season. When it is mournful in Denver, Christmas hangs on TV like crime left over from New Year's. When it is rich in Denver, minimum wage hangs on men's like red spaghetti on white plastic forks at the Mission. Page 2. Early to rise, milk the cow, feed the chickens, slop the hogs. Then 5 miles to go, 5 miles to walk or ride old red, smoking through woods, hoods on Clay Road. I took a cigarette stolen from Dad, carried to school, smoked in rises to escape from the cracks of the outhouse in the corner of the schoolyard. Teacher, door flings open. I'm pulled by the air past little girls giggling and wagging pigtails. All I wanted to do was to love you, but my black folks can be so cruel when I don't subscribe to their adopted white man's rules. Landscape with little brown plastic cowgirl. I bury the toy 10 slices deep in a loaf of big value sandwich bread. It's 1/3 time taller than my cigarette butt but smaller than my little finger. I took the enriched coffin and fed it to backyard birds. I read Indian poetry to Stravinsky's Rite of Spring. 4 hours later, birds were still beating their bibs against the peach tree branches. 1,200 calories, 16 grams of fat, 40 grams of protein, 224 grams of carbohydrate, all reduced to crumbs. I couldn't find little brown plastic cowgirl. I think that she's guarding some sparrow's nest from the invade of blue jays. The water came in like a hot pencil through butter, then ran away from the body. Emotion flooded in, picking up imagery and tossing them here and there in my head. The cigarette lighter lit my finger, and I saw the dictionary dressed up in words, misspelling the word Satorium. I breathed in jazz air, and my heart started to dance backwards. I ran a fiddlestick across the vein of my arm. It's a sweet music full of blood. The shadow of a chain link fence divided me into pieces, but no one come to collect me. The mound of the moon Rain of Venus fold onto each other in a clap of root hair. 30-30 shoe fly pie sits in the window smelling a mellow jazz. Six. Original. My grandnephew is jumping on the bed. He can feel the air all about him. He's 3 years old. Say quack, quack, quack after the TV. He knows nothing of gravity and science. He jumped in and again enjoyed to be airborne. He talked to himself about the things that kids know in their heart. He jumps over the footboard and sits down on the floor beside my chair. He watches cartoon in silence. When I move, my chair squeaks. He say, "Uncle David, why your chair making that noise? I'm trying to watch TV." He moved back to the bed and began jumping again. I once knew such simple joy, but I have forgotten when. Seven. Johnny's version of being romantic is staring into my eyes. Room lit by candlelight, while Zappa and the mother of flower pots in the background, or sitting out in the garden after taking mushrooms, acting out the instruction of anonymous Spanish from speakers in the doorway. This gift of God is sweet but dated. Several times committed to Fort Logan Mental Institution in Denver. In Boulder, Johnny collect the morning paper from front yard and deliver them on the other side of town. This man of God stands out in Boulder during the winter. In summer, this gift fits in with the transient. He is saying to stranger on the Boulder Mall, "I am Gabriel, come from the dead." Gabriel knows that the first of the year is 1966. Johnny is neat but sedated, chain smoking and throwing curses on people. Strapped to his bed, Johnny is saying, "I am Gabriel, come from the dead." And he comes back to sanity and resume his paper route. Saturday morning. She sat with the magazine open in her hands. She sat with her legs crossed at the knees. She watches her clothing tumble in a dryer. She closed her eyes to sneeze. Nine. I hear a baseball bounce off the sidewalk and bounce again. I imagine a hand, a youth whose body still contained the last vestige of his baby fat. Here inside my room, sitting in front of the TV, with my draperies open, flapping in the wind, I hear the shuttle of feet, the tall voices of boys in play on this warm, windy night. 10. You was in the service during the war? Yes, Navy. Is that right? What ship? The transport's the Agwig Prince. The Agwig Prince was it? You think much back on those days? Every now and then about the girls. Liberty and Frisco, Oakland, oh, those days of the white mule. Now it's almost all a haze. I know what you mean. What was your rank? First mate? And you? I was Navy too, WSA. Yeah, well, it's good to see you, Rich. Likewise, the same. Say hello to Mike for me. Yeah, sure thing. "11. I sat beside a chill in the waiting room. A cyst bloods its way across the floor. Automatic doors exit with cautious, while fire alarm hums beneath its breath. I'm in St. Louis, spreading my nuts between the spread of stainless steel legs cocked at Kennedy 40s, hitting on the chicken in Tower Groves, but no, he got a silver badge pinned to his balls. You on a rainy San Francisco, St. Francis, new weight hustle with your young blonde good looks. Say you're good for $40 on a burger at A&W. Maybe a late night movie. You always did do good for just a blow. But I want to f*** you. Only look to see how much is noticeable to the casual eye. How much of your young blonde out there advertising an affordable American to Spanish gentlemen in these states on winter cheap rate. You're looking for San Fran literary through city life. I'm looking for Kerouac, Cassidy, Stevenson, looking for yourself. So you want to outdo Jack London because you found a city to hold it. Looking for your heroes and cities. We poets are all alike. We throw angel with laurel, looking for someone to glorify that we be. You're on Polk Street to a bathhouse with your trick. You moving from the Turk Street Y to a ruin on Leavenworth. Still looking for literary for him and finding junkies, hustlers like yourself and drag queens, feeding off their noise and equating them with writers and movie stars. I'm here strutting for a lifelong made-up poetry reading at the Art Museum at Washington University, strutting for a living literary left bank book for a real Tom Gunn. We poets are all alike. We through angel with laurel, strutting for someone to glorify that we be. Even when you was hustling on the Boulder Mall at the classes, and I at the ballpark bath in Denver, in between we held our literary conversation game, who was fucking who on the poetic scene. Gerard not knowing if Allen Ginsberg loved him for his poem or his body. You're beautiful, you're blonde, but your thesis on the poet as cocked man, well, that's silly. So continue to look in San Francisco. I'll be still here, strutting in St. Louis. 13. A wild dog in the park, panting from its run from the rock-throwing boys, its tongue an iris petal. By Anne Waldman and Reed By. Last summer, Anne wore a great full moon beneath her cotton clothing. This winter, the man once inside smiles wrapped up tight in sunlight. He cries at Papa Reed By, talks of Pound and Dr. William. For a moment, baby Edward is much more interesting.